Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Wagner, and guess what? We got the 1987 Dyno Detour back. It just came back from Ernie's. We've got all the parts. From what I understand, this bike looks insanely different. If you haven't seen the video where I first got this bike, go back and check that out. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen so you can go see it. But this bike looked really, really rough. And I'll give you the whole backstory on it. But this bike came in. It was actually my cousin's bike. He used to ride freestyle back in the day, just like I did. And I completely forgot that he used to ride freestyle. And he called me up and he said, "You know what? I've got that same bike that I used to ride 37 years ago hanging up in my garage." I was like, "No way. Send me some pictures." So he sent some pictures. And again, go check that video out so you can see what it looked like. But it's all done now. We're going to go over it. We're going to build it on this episode. You're going to see the before and after. And trust me, this bike is going to look amazing. But if this is your first time on my channel, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It certainly helps me a lot, helps me build these bikes. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what we got over here. And as you can see here, this just came back from Ernie's, and look at it. It's all shrink wrapped. I haven't seen it yet. You guys know that I like to unwrap it here with you, but they did everything perfectly. We've got the seat posts, we've got the bars, as you can see there, the forks, and there's the frame. We're going to unwrap this and see what it looks like. But like I mentioned before, we're going to go over all the parts. I got all the parts there, but this is going to be a very special episode, guys. I'm going to give you a sneak peek and some highlights of what this bike actually looked like. And I just think you guys are going to be blown away. Check it out. Well, there you have it, guys. As you can see from that video, this bike was in rough shape. I mean, I even had second thoughts of whether or not I should do the restoration, but I was like, this is my cousin's bike. I can't tell him no. Special shout out to Ernie's 80s Bike Shop for doing all the powdering on this. You guys are amazing. You guys rock. You always put me first. You always come through. You guys are just awesome. And also special shout out to you, Mark Drowne. You're amazing as well. You do all the polishing for me, the restoration of all the smalls, and you just knocked it out of the park. So you guys are awesome. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to unwrapping this bike and see what it looks like. And then we're going to go over each of the parts, and I'm going to show you everything that's going to go on this bike. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's bring it on in and take a look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this frame. It looks like brand spanking new. I mean, the shine on this thing is just amazing. It really is amazing. Look at that. Look at the seat post. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, we come over here to dropouts. Look at the dropouts. Look at the powder. It's not too thick. You can see the serial number there perfectly. I mean, just amazing. Let's look at the stamping here. There's the dyno stamping. Perfect. As usual. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it looks like, look at the forks. I can't even finish what I'm talking here. Look at the forks. It just shines so bright. And the sprocket, look at that, like brand new. You can see the logos there. Perfect. And then let's talk about the bars. Look at the bars. These things were tore to shreds. Look at that. It looks like brand new. Look at the knurling there. Absolutely stunning. This black looks so amazing. I mean, I can't wait to get the decals on it. But this frame set looks like brand new, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to put this together. We've got decals, guys. We're going to go over all the parts. I'm going to put the decals on this and then give you another look before we start building. But look at it. It's just perfect. This is amazing. Oh, by the way, you can see here we had to remachine those. There was a little gouge in here, and Ernie's took care of that for me. So now it's rethreaded there, and this won't be a problem putting this fork together. But just absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love the way this came out. All right, guys, it's time to talk about the parts, and we're going to start right over here with the stem and take a look at this. Look at that beautifully restored stem. This is a combination of Ernie's with that top cap there with the powder coat and Mark with his polishing job. No, ladies and gentlemen, that's not chrome. That's actually polish. Mark got those cleaned up looking ever so fresh. Cannot wait to put that on. That looks absolutely amazing. We've got our pegs that are going to go on here. These are GT pegs that are also going to be in chrome. And yes, look at our seat post clamp. This is not chrome. This was black. If you guys remember in the last video, this was actually black. It looks like chrome. Mark polished this up, and you can even see the logo there. See the Odyssey logo? Get a good angle there. There it is. But that used to be black. And we've got our headset over here. We got our gyro that's been refinished. And of course, we're going to put the NOS Gen 2 fork standards. That's going to look amazing. And then we come around here to the levers. Yes, we got our NOS still in the package RX3s. Unbelievable. And it only cost me $13.32. Yeah, I wish. More like 400. But guess what? These are still in the packaging. I'm going to hate to open this up, but you know what? This bike deserves it. We do have some repop grips. We did have to get some repop grips. Not too much repop parts on this bike, by the way. That's one there. Of course, tires. And then we come over here. We've got cables. Of course, they're going to be repop. But there's your Odyssey cables. And then we come over here. These we picked up. This was a nice find. These are the VP12s, not VP912s, I believe is what they're called. Error correct, bubble font, and these were NOS. And so these came with half-inch spindles. I switched these out to 9/16. So this looks a lot better than what was on here before, which you can see is right there. And again, these are these are half-inch because we had the cranks here that were just the single cranks. We're going with the three-piece cranks now. Yes, we're rocking the black three-piece cranks. This is going to look amazing, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. We did strip the brakes, and now we've got matching front and rear. These are not chrome. These are polished by Mark. And we got the logos there. Those are the Odyssey front and rear brakes. Yes, those are not repop. Those have been refinished. Look at our seat. Oh, my goodness. Perfect seat. We'd had to switch out the seat. The seat was not a very good seat. But look at the rails on this. It's perfect. Hardly any rash at all. That's going to look amazing. We do have our KMC chain that's going to go on there. We've got our decals from Thomas Weakley. And we got our brake pads. These are Cool Stop brake pads. Check those out. And then, of course, we got our bottom bracket there that's going to go on here. And we've got our wheels. And if you haven't seen the video on these wheels, I did do a video to refinish these wheels. I repacked them. These things spin for days. Look at that. This had rash all over it from white brake pads. That had about 3 hours into that wheel. But they came out absolutely amazing. And of course, we got our LP5 GT tires on there. And it just looks absolutely stunning. Guys, this bike is going to look amazing. We're going to put all these parts on it, and we're going to show you what she looks like. All right, guys, I got some of the decals on here on the frame. And I tell you, I'm getting more and more excited as I get further along this build. But look at the decals and the finish on this frame. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, it looks like brand new. Look at it. I'm so excited. I don't know why. I mean, it's just this black. It's just the depth of this black and the way that it looks and shines on this frame. It's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And these kind of neon, kind of turquoise and yellow decals. They look just like the factory. Look at that. Oh, yeah. This is coming together. This is going to look rad, guys. I cannot wait to get these parts on it. We're going to put everything together, and then we'll do a little montage, and I'll show you the final product here. But yeah, super stoked with the way this is coming out.